IVM.
Hello! We would like to thank HDFC Life Insurance for supporting Simblified and other shows on the IVM network. HDFC Life Insurance has created this really cool online video series called Behind the Journey, with some of the most interesting people from the creative and entertainment industry in India today, and it explores stories that are behind all that glitz and glamour, all the spotlight and all the screaming fans, just like we at Simplified are used to. Let's listen to a snippet from the episode featuring Olympic bronze medalist Sakshi Malik.
सेविंग्स और इन्वेस्टमेंट में भी डिसिप्लिन चाहिए होता है. जैसे रेसलिंग में है कि वो तुरंत रिजल्ट नहीं मिलता है, सालों साल लगते हैं. जो भी हमने ड्रीम सोचा, जो हमें गोल अचीव करना है, उसको पूरा करने के लिए.
As Sakshi said, investment and savings require as much discipline as athletics. You can watch all the episodes of Behind the Journey on their YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/HDFC Life. That's HDFC Life Insurance's YouTube channel. Take control of your personal goals with HDFC Life Insurance's financial solutions. Plan now with HDFC Life Insurance.
Terms and conditions apply. HDFC Life Insurance Company Limited, IRDAI registration number 101.
Hello and welcome to yet another episode of Simblified. I am still alive and kicking. This is your favorite host, Narendra Shenoy, back on the chair in front of the mic.
That's it. Thanks. We'll see you guys next week.
Wait, what happened? Why were you laughing so much?
Just because it's been a long time since Naren has been on the show, Srikeit. It's one of those. And I think his expression over here, which you can't see, unfortunately, by nature of not being in the studio at the time of recording.
Now I'm going to cry.
Oh, it's okay. But not as much as fans are crying as they're hearing Naren's dulcet voices for the first time in about, since last year. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Naren, so care to explain to our... a lot of people have written in asking me, has Naren left the show? Is Tony replacing Naren? And by the way, we have another announcement to make, which we will do at the second half of this short episode. So Naren, care to explain to our fans where have you been?
So, as you know, I am in the manufacturing sector in a very exciting and growing field called automobiles. So, as you know, it has outperformed every other industry in the last few months.
As all millennials are aware.
And as millennials who have been steadfastly refusing to buy automobiles and they're hurting my industry bad. Anyway, long story short, was a lot of work related issues and sort of running around. I'm doing okay. So work-wise, not a problem. And actually starting another unit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Nice. I can see you're doing well. You come in with a Parker pen, new gold one. I've never seen this on you before. So.
Yeah, it's a complimentary pen. I could afford to buy that one. Yeah, someone gave it to me.
Nice.
But so that's what it, and there's been an epidemic of people getting married. And just left, right. And so it's like, people like in my time, if two people met on the street, they would shake hands and say, hi, how are you? And now it seems to me, will you marry me? And so I've attended like 7 or 8 weddings in the last 2 months. So that covers about 3 or 4 episodes that I missed. I mean, I was in the middle of weddings.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah. So this recording is historic for many reasons. One, Naren is back. And 3. Clearly lost my sense of counting. 2, Srikeit, Naren and I are recording together for the first time since, I think, September or October. So I think every combination has happened. You and I have recorded Naren. Srikeit and I have recorded. Srikeit and Naren have recorded.
This is one of those love triangles in those movies where somebody gets shot in the end.
The sad thing, however, Naren, is that the last time that we had recorded, just the three of us, you, me, and Srikeit, is likely to stay the last time that you, me, and Srikeit ever record together, because number 3, we have a new guest. We have a new host on Simblified. Yeah, wow, this is not
Clubbing
scripted.
key lines, very nice.
Many time guest, first time host.
So everybody say hello to Tony Sebastian, who is now a permanent guest.
Hello, Tony.
Hi,
Welcome.
everyone.
Yeah.
I just never left.
Yeah, you just never left. So it's like Bon Jovi, no? They had a bassist called Alec John Such, or Hugh McDonald, long back. And when he left the band, they got a replacement bassist who played with them for the remaining next 10-15 years, but he was never called an official member of the band. So in all the photo shoots and all, he was not there, and
like
things
that.
like, so it's like that. So I don't know why I said that, but just make sure that my coffee is
Also
here.
could be your tagline, chat. I don't know why I said that.
So that's have we done everything? So that's
Tony has been officially suckered into being a permanent host on. It's like getting a permanent seat on the UN Security Council.
Yeah.
He can't quit now. He's here forever.
And now that we've done,
I know too much.
I know too much.
And we still don't have physical quorum in the studio ever, because I have departed the country after my short visit.
That's okay.
So, hello.
It's okay. We'll meet in the middle
Listeners don't
somewhere.
care.
What's the equidistant point from Bombay to KL?
Somewhere in the sea.
Indian Ocean.
Andaman Islands. So so we'll do our 200th episode in Port Blair.
On the Sentinel Island, not
On the Sentinel
Oh,
Island. With the Sentinel, they can be our guests.
Superb.
That'd be nice.
Excellent.
I don't think anyone has
Wow.
attempted recording a podcast with them. I think that'll be a good idea.
Yeah, the last sound our listeners will hear is Chuck yelling as he gets shot in the groin with an arrow.
I'll have to send our producer the title and description very in advance for that one then.
Darius will be like, "Mar gaya sala, description bhi nahi dekar gaya."
So, getting back to the business of the day, introducing Tony.
Correct. Because that is the topic of this.
We have an episode to do, by the way.
The episode. So we have actually decided that this introduction is so long that it deserves a shorty by itself. So Tony, how does it feel to be the first host of Simplified, to have a topic of to be the
Subject of
I'm going to.
episode,
So you're in your illustrate. So you are in the following the footsteps of, and I'm reading out randomly from Simplified history.
Oh, okay.
Solar power. Boris Johnson, of course. A gravitational that thing which nobody understood, including me. Then Facebook targeting, Yanni and Laurel, and petrol prices. So how does it feel to follow in these illustrious footsteps?
Amazing. I mean, I think I've mentioned it once on this podcast, like how basically you, when you're like scripting a play or something, you figure out who's the guy who's likeliest to boo and like give him a role so he doesn't trouble you. So now I can't heckle you guys anymore. It feels like self goals.
So let this not be an invitation to anybody else who
how to get out the show.
because there are only so many mics that we have. So
This is the naughtiest kid in the class made the class monitor.
Correct. So Tony, in all seriousness now, what do you hope to bring to the Simplified table?
I think you guys have the like B in Simplified, which is a throwback to like, you know, the Mallu way of saying Simplified, obviously. So I think I'll bring the B to the table.
You'll bring the B to the table.
Yeah.
It's a freebie.
It's a freebie. It's a freebie. Oh.
Wow, okay. That was the most convoluted.
Yeah, I have no idea what's happening over here, but I couldn't, but this is a good start. So Tony has been on Simplified before, most recently, of course, for the 4 year-end episodes, where he was our guest at time of recording, but we had so much fun after the recording. We basically asked him, would you like to join us? And he said, you had me at hello and welcome to Simplified.
Correct. Yeah.
And
Also, we
another
were
thing,
quite
People are
glad
getting
that
married,
would never
people are
come back.
joining podcasts. Like, just shake hands.
Srikeit, just say that again. Missed what you said.
Also, we were quite worried that Naren would never come back. So we were like, contingency.
Simplified is a corporation.
Awkward. Like, it's like
to think of.
It's like sitting with wife and mistress.
But Naren has manufacturing pains. I have manufacturing pains because I support Man United.
Oh my God, this has doubled now.
I'll bring up the confession up front so people can
very bad. So, but here's something that I like, and I think now we have something in common for at least two people. Like, for example, Tony and I are Mallus. Naren and Tony are parents. Tony and Srikeit are big football fans. Srikeit and I are in advertising. Naren and I started this podcast, so please, we are the John Lennon and Paul McCartney of this place.
Superb.
So,
Naren and I have Mallard.
Naren and you have Mallard, correct.
And we both have hair. No, Tony does too. Okay. Yeah, that's okay.
I think now would be a good time to end this, Shorty. I think all of us should. I think the way we should end this is the three of us should say our happiest memory of with Tony. No, we're not dead yet, but I think. Or rather, how we met. So Tony and I met on Orkut a few years ago when. As part of a Chali community.
Several years ago.
Several years ago. That's how we met.
15 years ago?
Yeah, that was 2003 or 4. 4 or 5. Yeah, something like that. Chali is Malayalam for bad joke. It is literally dirt.
Which is also the etymology for chuck.
Correct. But that's a story for another day.
My fondest memory with Tony is, I think it was some New Year somewhere, sometime, and I was on one of my famous rambles, and Tony was damn sleepy, and he took to like running around his own house bowling, like doing bowling actions.
Oh yeah, I remember.
To keep himself awake.
Yeah.
To stay awake.
So which was quite adorable because he genuinely wanted to listen, but he couldn't keep himself awake, so he started bowling while listening to me. Right. I think a certain amount of alcohol was also consumed, so things might be explained by that, but said event happened.
Yeah.
So,
it's interesting you said the ramble because Tony's blog is, of course, famously Royal Ramble.
Yeah,
right.
that was also from the last decade. Wow, last decade through. I mean,
2 decades back. Wow.
Wow. Yeah. So I first met Tony, or at least I remember meeting Tony on Twitter of all places, where there was a small group of us who used to indulge in all kinds of very funny, silly, stupid sometimes, but invariably witty wordplay.
Basically simplified text version.
Yeah, text version. It was great fun. And Tony wasn't even... So I watched Tony get into IIMK.
Correct.
It was before that.
Yeah.
And it was a wondrous time. So you could say things on Twitter and people will actually laugh at you instead of calling you all kinds of epithets as it now.
And laugh with you.
Yeah.
So I think this has taken a sentimental turn for the worse.
Yeah.
So I think...
Yeah.
Yeah, I think good time of death.
Yeah, I think we should call. So anyway, Tony, we wish you all the best. Here is please sign this letter over here. I mean, we are now. I think any more guests, and I think Simplified will have to start paying PF. So,
this is basically a release form.
Tony said last time, it's a good thing that Naren's not recording with the year-end episode with us because because section 144 can be imposed. So
I think our listeners also need to sign a release form saying, basically.
Yeah, but generally, listeners, you be assured that you're going to be in for a lot of wordplay-based fun. And I hope you enjoy it just like I'm hoping to, and all of us are hoping to, talking with Tony as a host. So stay tuned.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Where can people find you on all the social stuff so that they can send compliments your way?
Yeah, the unfortunate
we can
part
add that to our description along with other like statutory warnings and like graphic images of like
yeah, I was on the internet way too early for my own good. So all of my handles are at NOTYTONY. However you want to say it.
Yeah. Not Y. Tone Y.
Correct.
Okay, cool. Got it. So here's to the future, I suppose.
Yeah.
Well, that was a random shorty. See you next week, where all of us will travel to Las Vegas for Consumer Electronics Show and report back our findings to you. Bye.
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 I hope you enjoyed that show. We'd like to thank our sponsors on the network this week. Thank you, HDFC Life, for coming on board. Also, would like to thank Storytel for continuing the long-time advertising that they've been doing with us. And if you have a brand and you'd like to advertise with us, please send us an email. We'd love to talk to you. And let me tell you a couple of things that you should check out this week. On What Up Players, Siddhartha and Mikhail talk about the India-Australia series and discuss who's better between Virat Kohli and Steve Smith. On States of Anarchy, Hamsani is joined by Vineet Hegde to discuss the crisis and dispute mechanisms at the World Trade Organization. On Simblified Shorties, Chuck, Naren and Srikeit welcome their new co-host, Tony Sebastian. On Advertising is Dead, Varun talks to film critic Sucharita Tyagi, known for the popular Not a Review film series on Film Companion. On Agla Station Adulthood, Ritasha asks Ayushi 36 questions. Udippan Sarma joins Zarina on the Empowering series. He's the lead singer of the band as we keep searching. Thanks and keep listening.
Remember the last vacation you took? What about the one you took 3 years ago? Okay, how much do you really remember? It's a question I've asked myself often over a decade of traveling the world. Hey, I'm Utsav and I do not travel the world for a living. I have a full-time job and responsibilities, but I have made traveling the world a priority. Priority enough that I negotiate extra leave in my job contracts, obsessively track my frequent flyer miles, and I'm willing to take off at the sight of a cheap ticket. Yes, I am cheap. I have lived and worked in 3 countries. I understand human behavior for a living. And these experiences have given me unique insights into places, people, and culture. With over a decade of travel behind me, I increasingly realized one thing, that we cannot see everything. So whatever we see, we must see deeply. Because as the film of memory decays, the imprints which will stand the test of time are the ones felt by the immersion of the senses, not by fleeting encounters with them. Postcards from Nowhere is an immersion into the world of slow travel, one story at a time. Tune in every Thursday on the IVM Podcasts app, website, or wherever you get your podcast from.